guys, it's Gabriel here, and welcome to a build video. So, I'm doing things different in this video, and what I mean different is I am recording in another new room this time. So now I'm recording in the closet with my Windows Studio. So, I wonder if it's going to be good or bad. Basically, I hear it's a really good idea to basically record in your closet as you have a lot of stuff in here, like clothes and stuff to help get rid of echo. But the only con right now is, like, I can't move my desktop in here because I do have a walk-in closet, but there's so much crap in here, like, there's no space and stuff. Plus, I need somewhere to keep all my clothes because I have a lot of clothes, like, I realize, and a lot of junk. But cut to the chase, and like a con too is like the window surface like really makes loud noises, like the fan and stuff when it's working really hard. So it's kind of what's happening right now, and yeah. So anyway, about the build, I am building a gym. Yeah, and it's a unique gym because it's basically a gym built in a lighthouse. And the backstory to this is basically this building used to be a lighthouse in Brindleton Bay, but once the lighthouse on the island was built, they really actually didn't need this one anymore and all of that. So they shut it down and stuff, and it just, stood there and did nothing for decades. And eventually this fitness junkie or gym rat who had a lot of money liked the building and stuff and was like, you know what? I'm going to buy this building, turn it into a gym. It's going to be really unique and nice. And he went with it, and now it's the gym in Brindleton Bay. And this is going to be the gym where my main character, Jaeger, is going to work out a lot and all of that because, yes, he has a personal gym in his basement, but I do need him to complete his gym aspiration, which is basically where we're going to do it is here. So that's important. There's also going to be other characters, too, that are going to work out here and stuff that are also friends with him. Because backstory for Jaeger, he was a pretty athletic guy in high school and all that, and a lot of his friends were, too. Because that was his clique, basically. He was, varsity football player, and I'm going to say wrestler, and probably track runner. I don't know. Those are the sports I could see him playing. And, yeah, maybe not track. Maybe actually lacrosse. I see him actually maybe being a lacrosse player. I don't know. Something in the spring. Or he was all-season wrestler, but who knows? Like, wrestler during the spring. Again, don't know. And anyway, I don't know what I'm calling this gym. I think I'm going to call it Lighthouse Gym or Lighthouse Fitness, basically. I don't know. It sounds good. I think Lighthouse Fitness sounds better and stuff. That's the name I think I'm going for. So, yeah. Also, fair warning, there are going to, this is basically 3 clips into a 20-minute video, and there's some footage lost in between because I forgot to click record for one of them, so whoops, my bad. So, sorry about that. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, though, what I like about these videos is I like to talk about, my life. And, geez, this week currently, basically what week is this technically? The 5th through the 11th was pretty interesting. So basically from that whole entire week I had an award ceremony for an academic thing, which that's important, we'll get to that later. And then also I had my first day of wrestling practice because if interesting fact, I actually do wrestle. So interesting. Yeah. But anyway, I want to start off the academic ceremony, which I think it was Wednesday night. I remember because it was the night before I got cats and dogs and all that, and I'll talk about that later too. And yeah. So it was on Wednesday, November 8th, and basically, if you got a 4.0, like a steady, like 4, or actually 3.5 or greater for the whole school year, your freshman year, you qualify to go into this award ceremony. And I actually had a 4.2 because honors classes give me a more GPA points or something, cumulative, I don't know. So I was like a 4.0, actually over 4.0 the whole school year, freshman year. So I qualified for the ceremony and get my academic letter for it, which I got. And I'm really happy about. So now I have something for my varsity jacket. I didn't actually really want to go because honestly, I was just tired and stuff that day. I had homework and it was such a waste of time for me. But I still ended up going. And when I went there, I saw my friends and stuff, got online. Big problem, though, was my dress shirt. my parents actually said it to me, like there was a stain, like sweat stain or something in the back of my shirt, but they said it was fine. When I got there, the first thing someone says is, "Why do you have a pee stain on the back of your dress shirt?" And I looked, and then my friend showed a picture of it, and I'm like, "Oh gosh," and I was now very conscious about it. But thankfully, Alex, you probably already know him if you see my Overwatch videos, was very kind and gave me his sweater vest to wear. Oh, that made me so happy, and yeah, I'm in debt to him. I mean, I probably done stuff for him, but I'll figure out something to give him or to pay him back for. But that was nice. But anyway, though, we got to the award ceremony and it was packed. Basically, last year they put us on they put people on the stage, but since the set this year for our play was so big, they couldn't put us up there. So we had a lot of parents, all four classes, with basically almost 100 like kids per I think class something. There was like awfully like a lot of us. Like there was no way they could fit us. So the freshmen and the sophomores and the juniors and seniors were divided. So freshmen and sophomores were in one group, and then the sophomores and juniors and the seniors were the other. So the freshmen and sophomore went first, and still not enough seats. So we basically had to like crowd the perimeter of the auditorium. So that sucked, and we stood up. So I'm also my last name starts with an R, so I also had a long way to go through my line, and there were a lot of freshmen that had to go up too, especially a lot that weren't there, and they had to say every name. So it was a while. But before we get to that, I need to talk about the introduction of the of the ceremony. So basically, the head principal of my school came up and was praising us for our excellence and our high education and our achievements and all of that. And then the guidance counselor basically said the same thing, saying about how hard we work and how we don't sleep and we do all of this. We don't play. We focus on all of this and we focus on our academics and we 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 get success so that we can do what we want and reach our dreams and goals and all of that. So that was all nice and stuff, and I was all happy. Then, it got worse. It gets a turn. This guy stands up. This guy from the far left, like leftmost back corner of the auditorium, stands up, trying and says out loud, excuse me," trying to get the attention of the people in our guidance counselor and principals and all that. And I'm just there looking at the girl next to me who I'm friends with, do student council side with, and her boyfriend's next there, all like lovey-dovey. It was, it gets really awkward at some points. And we're just looking at each other, we're like, what is he doing? Sit down. No, don't say anything. No, no, no. And no, of course everyone listens to him. And from what I could tell, he was a veteran from my point, and so it went really like political and like all of that like really quickly, like 180, and everyone was really annoyed. Basically, and why he was a veteran was because he basically talked about how it was Veterans Day and Election Day and all of that, and he was mad because apparently we didn't do the Pledge of Allegiance before the ceremony and all of that, and he was also mad because he also thought like apparently our school doesn't do the Pledge of Allegiance enough, and that we don't do it, or no one stands up, and they don't force him. And yeah, basically the parents in the school wasn't teaching their children how to be patriotic and give respect to their nation and veterans, and it was really bad. And then our guidance counselor was like, thank you for that, and yes, we do make our kids stand up for the pledge and stuff, which I'll also get to that later, but I don't want this to get all political and stuff, but I'll just like give you a little perspective. And that was it. But no, the guy kept talking. And this is when everyone was starting to get pissed off more, because he was like, you know what? I'm so done with this crap that the school does. Don't even like think about it. I'm not going to vote for the next bond levy when the next election day comes. And that pissed all the parents off, because our school like just passed all these like levies and stuff that gave us back busing, all like weekly art, gym, and music for the elementary schools, because I was taken away when I was in 3rd grade. I didn't have those weekly anymore. And it just gave us more money and stuff, and it gave us the money to build new elementary schools and a new high school in the future, because my high school is, I think, coming up to be 70 years old. It is old. So we are way overdue for a new building. So he didn't say that, and that's what pissed parents off, because like you won't pay for your children to get a better education, have a better school system and all of that. And that's when they all told him to sit down. And then the kids around me, I wouldn't parents would probably say it's disrespectful, but we were all really mad at this guy at point, and he was being rude to us and all that because it was our ceremony and doing all this crap and stuff. It wasn't a public forum, so we really had no right to do all this. So literally, one girl, like couple, like bodies down from me, apparently told this guy to literally said, "Sit down, you old man," and another one said like nobody cares and all that, and it was a mess and all that. But anyway, that was really it, like the big part. So we went through the reward ceremony. The freshman took forever, and then the sophomore took forever, and then got my reward, got my letter, shook the principal's and the guidance counselor's hand, and then hody-do, hody-doed back to the back room. And then apparently we were supposed to go in to go watch the rest of the upperclassmen get their rewards, but there weren't enough room for us, so they just pushed us into the the cafeteria to the right where there were going to be cookies and punch. And we didn't know if we were supposed to wait for the rest of the people to get their stuff. And we were really hungry and just wanted food. So all of our friends and all of us got together and we're like, you know what? We can't all get in trouble if we all take food and punch. So we just started getting food and punch. And we didn't get yelled at, and it was great. And yeah, I had like 6 cookies. And in the next 2 days, I had wrestling. And I had a week to basically lose weight. So that didn't really help. And then, yeah. So, whoops. But I don't care. You know what? It's fine. I need to indulge. That was like one of my last good moments. One of them. I'll get to the next part about that later. I have a lot to talk about. But yeah, and then while we were down there, a lot of us were making jokes about it. It's like, you know what? Before we eat, let's pay respects to the flag. And then another friend of ours, made a joke. It's like, actually, let's pay respects to the German flag. And yeah, we were just really fed up and all that. And it was something to laugh at. But I didn't really care anyway. So long story short, guy protested, really annoying, kind of ruined the event even more, and just wasted 3 more minutes of my time being there. So yeah. Anyway, though, let's resume to Thursday, where I got cats and dogs early. And how I did that, well, I don't know if this is a cheating or not, if I should get in trouble with this, but I kind of want to tell you guys, because for those who live in America and stuff, there are ways to get the packs earlier, and here's basically how the process works. So, basically, a lot of you guys might have known that other places in the world got the pack before, say, like, a lot of us in America did. For example, I think Australia got the pack first on November 10th, and all that at, like, 12 a.m. for them. So, they had theirs, I think, a full day ahead of us. Same with, like, Korea, Europe, and all that. And I think, really, like, America was, like, one of the last countries, like, the Americas were the last countries to get the pack, just because of how time zones work. And that's the important thing, is the time zones. Basically, what you have to do is get a VPN, a virtual private network, and then, for me, I have this one, I think, called VPN Gate. I don't know. Basically, you can download it off the Sims Online. If you search up Sims Online expansion pack early or something like that, somewhere around those lines, there's an article about it, and they have a software for you to download it. And then once you download it, you can connect to a bunch of virtual private networks, and the following ones are from, basically, it can connect you to any virtual private network throughout the world. So there's ones in Korea, Australia, and all of that. So all you have to do is hook up to one of those, and then you're good to go. But make sure your Origins account is closed, so like log out and sign out everything, and then connect, and then log back in, and then your Origins account will think you're in Korea. So basically, the Origins store in Korea and all of that will open, and it'll set all the time zones and stuff to do it. And big warning, do not buy the game from a different country. Buy it, like, from a different currency. Don't buy it in pounds, wands, whatever, or whatever currency you are. Do not buy it from a different thing, because your account will get banned. Pre-order the game from the English store, then do the VPN and stuff and switch. And if you'll notice that the date is different. For example, my computer, I switched to Korea's because Korea is usually one of the places get it first. And it said that I couldn't get it till November 9th at 10 a.m. Eastern time, which is like, I think 12 there or something, which was good. So I would get it basically, like, I think 16, I'm not doing the math, almost more than half a day early than usual, which gave me time to record all that and post it on the 10th. So that's important. So you can basically get the pack almost, at most, a full day before it comes out, if you live in America. If you live in Australia, well, you're going to get it first before everyone else anyway, so be happy about it. And you really can't wait a day, so if that's annoying, well, sorry. At least you get a day earlier before everyone else. Again, so if you live in America, just sign out or make sure you pre-order the game, the expansion pack, sign out your Origins account, turn on your VPN, switch to like Australia or Korea, then log in and then download the game. And again, make sure you pre-order it, and it only works for expansion packs because they only do this for expansion packs, unlike game packs and stuff packs. So next expansion pack, whenever it comes out, you should be able to do that. So yeah, basically November 9th, then I recorded my Let's Play, had a lot of fun with it, and then posted it out on the 10th for all of you guys to enjoy. And now, let's talk about the 10th actually, because there's another thing that happened. So in the morning, I went to chem and had basically this, I forget what the structure is, like, the thing is called for the test. It's this little, like, test that basically memorizes, like, these formulas of these chemical structures and all of that. And before I took the test, 2 juniors came up to my classroom, I think. Well, I knew one was, I don't know about the other. And it was a friend I knew. Her sister's in my class, and I'm friends with her sister and all that, so we're all friends and stuff. And this guy came in, and they basically were like, we're announcing the members who passed, like, the essay and will qualify for National Honor Society. And the first guy had, like, 5, I think, papers, and the other guy had, my friend had 2. So I was talking to the person next to me, because they were talking, when they said that, and I'm like, oh, National Honors, I'm like, do you think we got in? Like, I know you did. I wonder if I did, though. I was like, I wonder so, too. And, like, I'm not sure, because, like, I had a D in Social Studies right now, currently, because I didn't turn something in, and it took my grade down, like, really bad. Because, yeah, it was really complicated. Long story short, didn't click turn in on Google Classroom, actually. Not that complicated. I don't know what I was talking about. I'm talking too fast. Oh, jeez. But anyway, he was listing the names in ABC order. So he went from basically, I think he went from, like, he went from C to S. So he skipped over R, my last name, and I had a panic attack. I'm like, oh, I didn't make it, and I was freaking out. And then I also noticed that my other friend, because they went from S to V, but they didn't say my other friends because her last name's an S. We're gonna call her Gina. Gina Soy. We'll say her last name Soy, like soy sauce. They didn't say Soy. They said another name. And we both, and, like, I was like, oh, no, we didn't make it. And I was all devastated. And, like, this guy's name is Tyler. Won't say his last name because they said his name and was like, oh, sorry, Gabe, you didn't make it. And then the guy said, and those are all the people for NHS. So I had a panic attack. Then, it's funny, but I also got mad at her at the same time. Gina's sister, we'll call her Maggie. She basically said, and I also have Gabriel and Gina. And I was like, oh, thank gosh. And we came up and picked it up. And then basically there was a secret NHS breakfast for it, which we were going to go down to and get donuts and all of that. And prior to that, I was at a meeting for Day of Caring, this project I'm doing for student council. And she had those in there, and she had those donuts, and they were for NHS. I was like, oh, you guys have secret breakfasts all the time? She's like, yeah. She didn't tell me they were doing an inductee thing, so I was like, well, never get to have those donuts. But I could now, except problem. My chem teacher, the evil genius he is, and mean, was like, actually, wait, they're not going down yet. Let them take their test. And I was like, come on. So I had to take my test. I was there for like 7 minutes because I was making sure and double checking I had everything right, and I think I did. I have to check my grade. If not, I'm going to be mad because I think I did one thing, which is technically right, but I didn't need it on there. He's probably going to mark me off for it. Who knows? That's what it sounds like according to other people. But yeah, I went down there, and by the time I got there, most of the donut holes and all the food were gone. I was like, thanks, chem teacher. Thanks a lot. So, didn't really have much. I basically had, like, this, like, generic, like, Sam's Club cinnamon roll and like, 1 chocolate donut hole and 2 blueberry ones, which was fine and all that. Yeah, had wrestling too that day, so, like, not helping with the whole dieting thing, but it's okay. Another wrestler made it to NHS too, who was a sophomore, and he was eating all that, I think. Or he probably wasn't. He diets better than I do. I love food. That's the problem. But yeah, so I just chilled in there the whole block, because I did not want to go back to chem. Probably should have, though, because probably missed important stuff. Who knows what. And yeah, now I have a busy week this week with tomorrow, November 13th, which is when this is probably going to come up, be my birthday, so I get to celebrate it by not eating food and stuff because I have to make weight, or I might, who knows, get to indulge on stuff, just won't eat all day, oh well. And yeah, just have a fun time. And then Tuesday I have this huge, like, student council leadership summit thingy that's being run by a school that I have to work, and I'm basically not Liaison. I don't even know how to spell it. It's like Liason, Liaison or something. Basically, just someone that like walks like people around and stuff. And I basically knew this one school that's like down. Actually, they're on the same road that I live on, but like they're like my road is really long, so it's like a half an hour away from it. So they're like 30 minutes away from our school. Yeah, so interesting. And that's basically going to be my week. And I'll talk more about it and all of that. And I'll also talk about wrestling and stuff in another video anyway. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it, though. So if you like this video, like and subscribe, it means much to me. Share your thoughts down in the comments below. And hopefully I'll get this posted up on the Sims 4 gallery. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, see you guys around for a Pets or Parent Let's Play. Or Overwatch if I can get that edited. So, bye, everyone.